Everglades National Park, Safari Park, airboat rides. This is the installation of a 4-foot high by 100-foot long AquaDam with connection collar. We're in the Florida Everglades, right next to the National Park line boundary. We've come to the end of the AquaDam. We're removing the 4x6 beam that the AquaDam comes rolled upon. There's the connection collar that we're going to slip another AquaDam into and fill it up so it's one continuous AquaDam. This AquaDam is a double closed-ended AquaDam. Both ends are sealed shut. The fill end has the fill tubes coming up approximately 10 feet in from the end of the AquaDam. Take that board out. Yeah. It's too deep when it went through that channel, and and so that's why their feet are sticking into it so far. We're going to cut the strings and rope that the AquaDam comes tied up in. These ropes are for transporting. They have eyes in them to fit over the ends of a fork on a forklift. Spinning the AquaDam so it unrolls the correct way.
Stick it right up here under this hill.
Pulling the collar up so the AquaDam will go over the top of it. Okay, wait a second. Take that. You should take that off now. Cut those strings. Okay, unroll it down there some more. Pull her back.
Pull back, up.
Putting the collar in position so the next AquaDam can slide into it. The end of the second AquaDam, the double closed-ended AquaDam. Fill tubes come up through the top. This is the end of the first AquaDam that we installed. And to make it watertight, they touch right here. This will be their watertight seal. And of course we're on high ground. We're a good 2 feet above other parts of this AquaDam. Fill tubes coming up out of the top of the AquaDam. Adding another segment of AquaDam. We only have two 3-inch pumps running into it. This dam is 4 foot high, 230 feet long. It'll reach to that telephone pole in the background. Waiting for the water pressure to build up, so the AquaDam will roll up and over these two earthen mounds. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna tromp that down so it's all flat and even across there, so the AquaDam don't go off to the side and get out of line with the direction we want to go. Let her go. No, keep her going. Only one tube has water in it at this point because it went over a high spot and the water can't get over it yet where I'm standing. And the low side, the water is going, and that's what's unrolling the AquaDam. We're evening out the water in both sides of the AquaDam. Only one pump is pumping to the left-hand side of your pitcher. Because of the hump, the water couldn't go over it, and the other side could go over it or around it, and that's why they're not filling up evenly, the inside tubes of the AquaDam. It's taken quite a while to fill up the left-hand side tube going through this very deep ditch. It's almost completed. You can see now the both inside tubes are becoming the same height, and that's what we want at the end of the AquaDam. So there's pressure on the end of the roll, so it unrolls straight. If only one tube was pushing on it from the inside, then it would make it go off course. I'm not sure anybody would notice on this job, but anyway, it's supposed to be both inside tubes filled at the same height next to the roll down there. That's why we've turned off the right-hand pump and just let the left-hand pump now for about 15 minutes. And you can see it's equalizing out, so we have the same amount of pressure on the inside tubes at the end of the roll across the channel there. See how the hump where the gentleman is standing wouldn't allow water to go over it, whereas the right hand side there was no hump and water could pass through, and that's why we had to even up the inside water at the end of the AquaDam where the roll is, so it would push on the roll across the face of it and just not one side. We got both pumps running now, and we're about to break through that barrier of weeds there. You can see the guys working way down there. That's approximately 550 feet away. It's taken us 1.5 days. Well, we didn't really start until noon yesterday. It's taken us approximately 8 hours to do this, install this amount of AquaDams. We've closed off the end of this AquaDam, the one we started with on this side of the small canal. You can see the two fill tubes coming up through the top of it, of the AquaDam. You can see the blue hose, which is to fill the AquaDam. If it develops a hole or a leak, then we have a means of pumping water into it via the blue hose. We did this in the field here on top of this AquaDam. We laid out the double closed-ended AquaDam so we could close off the end. There you can see the AquaDam stops. There's the two tubes that come up. Here's where it goes to the side of the first AquaDam. The reason they couldn't go in line with one another is because the water's too deep. To go across here will take an 8-foot high AquaDam, not a 4-foot high AquaDam. The water depth is approximately 7 feet. So we had to move the AquaDam over a little bit, go through here, and this AquaDam is only in 5 feet of water. And it's only a 4-foot high AquaDam. We've got it overinflated by about 2 feet. So now we're going to walk down the rest of these AquaDams and show you how we put them together. The white material here on the right is a wrap that the AquaDams came wrapped up in, a protective wrap. You can see the fill hoses coming up, the fill tubes coming up. Here's the two fill tubes coming up, and we've got them taped off and rope put around them so they can't fall over, and this keeps water from coming out of them and leaking. The reason the second dam here has got humps in it, I don't know if you can see it, that's air trapped in it on top of the water inside. We wish that wasn't in there, but we didn't walk the air out in time. So now we're going down along the rest of the AquaDams. The white material is another protective wrap for the AquaDam. It came in it. Here's the two tubes for the next AquaDam. We still have to do a little work here on the fill tubes to make them look right, as the first other tubes looked. We're getting off, so we had to bend the AquaDam right here. Big bend. We go along. Now each AquaDam's been a 100-footer. This AquaDam here is 226 feet long. And there we are, right there. This is the last AquaDam. Hoses go in, only one hose is pumping water. Goes inside the collar. These are called the fill tubes. They're part of the longer tube that makes up the AquaDams internally. Here they are. Here's the collar. It goes off to approximately there. You can't really see it. But right here is the end of the collar. And those two fill tubes come up in it, climb up the end of this AquaDam, and that's how we keep on making a continuous AquaDam. Went across this canal. It's pretty deep. Again, we have problems with filling the AquaDam. The right-hand side had a hump to go over, and the left-hand side didn't. So the left-hand side unrolled the AquaDam, and the right hand and it turned it. We want to be going straight through the gentleman standing there. So we have to stop one pump, let the other pump catch up. It is not caught up yet. And it's not because the pumps are different, it's because the terrain that we're going over is different, but from one side of the AquaDam to the other side, and the AquaDam is compensating for it. And we're helping it out by making sure that there's water being put in both inside tubes, and they have to line up at the end of the structure next to the roll as we're unrolling it. It doesn't matter about the start of it 150 feet away. It matters at the end of it where the action is, in this case unrolling it through these tulies. Out in this area between here and the bridge, and that's a head gate or a weir that controls, slices the Everglades in half, evidently, and they're going to close off the water flowing through there, and they're going to dig all this out between the AquaDam and that weir. It's only, it should be about 8 to 10 feet deep. Oh, it's about 6 inches below the water, a lot of it, and it's just mud, baby poop mud. And it's time to be cleaned out. And that's really what the project is. I've been told it's $1 million and $300,000 project, and they're going to hydraulically dredge this whole area and pump it about a mile away, and then pump it into containment areas. You can see the pink flagging directly in the middle of the AquaDam. That pink pole is approximately another 100 feet away, 125 feet away, and that's what we're aiming for, is that pink pole. We're at the end of the dam. There's only 10 feet more rolled up on it. And so we're going to build a head pressure, and then instead of cutting any further vegetation, we're just going to roll up on it the remaining 10 feet. So this is an overview of what we've got so far. 226 foot long, 4 foot high AquaDam. The end of the AquaDam stopped right where we wanted it to stop at, which was the side of this channel. The channel's way too deep, 7 feet deep. They have other plans on what to do to cross the channel. The contractor does. So this pretty much concludes, even though this dam isn't quite full yet, concludes our video of the U.S. National Park in the Everglades, and the Everglades, I guess it's State Park. This is the boundary line, and we're splitting it so they can do dredging on the one side, which is owned by the local Indian reservation, and the other side is the national park to my left. Basically on the other side of that telephone pole is the national park. We're done for today, except finish filling this dam, which will take another half hour.